This is not a drill. Taylor just announced her 12th studio album, The Life of a Showgirl. And here's everything we know so far. Now, it's not a lot, but there is plenty to be hyped about. So following the countdown on her website that was set for 12:12 a.m. ET on August 12th, in typical Taylor fashion, there just had to be a lot of 12s lining up for this big moment. And then, of course, a combination of this clip that came out of her on the New Heights podcast, which is, of course, Travis Kelce's podcast.
Brand new album, The Life of a Showgirl.
She revealed the title of the album, and it seems that when the full episode comes out, we might actually even get to see the album artwork. I guess that it was blurred out for now, just for the teaser. This is her first album since regaining all of her master rights back, and while some of us were clowning hard for Rep and Debut, turns out that she was actually just dropping hints left and right for this new era. From the promo video and her website itself, it's very clear that this era's colors are going to be mint green and this glittery orange. I think we also suspected orange already for like a long time. But what do you guys think about the color combination of mint green and orange? Personally, I don't love it, but I do have a feeling that once I see the album artwork, it's all gonna come together. And I think like just the way her website looks like right now, it feels a little bit rough to me, but I feel like once the album artwork is there, it's all gonna make sense. Like, I just know I'm gonna love it. So speaking of the website, let's take a look at some of the merch that has already come out for pre-release. So there's 3 pieces. Of course, we have the very first vinyl, which is the Portofino Orange Glitter. Portofino is a coastal village in Italy known for like being luxurious. It's famous for its colorful buildings, yachts, and like high-end vacation vibes. There was also a cassette tape, which you could take as a hint for some like vintage sound or whatever, but to be honest, we're talking about Taylor, and for a lot of her past albums, she has released cassette tapes, so I wouldn't read too much into it. And finally, what I find the most interesting that I actually don't think I've seen many people talking about is the poster that has like a cut-off corner. Could potentially be inspired by ticket stubs, theater programs. Like, to be honest, I did some digging on this and I really couldn't figure out what it could mean. We know it's double-sided, so the side that it's cut off on doesn't explicitly matter. But I'm curious what you guys think, what the reason is for this cutoff. But now let's move on to some more interesting speculations. After the announcement was made, Taylor dropped this Spotify playlist. It's called And Baby That's Show Business For You, obviously very in theme with the new album's name. If you take a quick look at the playlist, you'll see that it's mainly made up of songs from 1989 and Red, but what these tracks actually all have in common is that they were produced by Max Martin and Shellback, which hints that this album will not have any signs of Jack Antonoff or Aaron Dessner that we can tell so far. Now, thinking about sound, just based on the album title, I think it's gonna be something kind of like Tortured Poets Department, but more on the upbeat side of things. I'm thinking something very like theatrical and dramatic, maybe taking some of that energy from like Fearless and Speak Now that were so like story driven, but at the same time theatrical. And I also think she's gonna carry forward some of those themes from TTPD, such as like the song Clarabow, Who's Afraid of Little Old Me, I Can Do It With a Broken Heart, really focusing on the life as a performer, having the spotlight on you, the good things, the bad things, and everything in between. And looking back at our past work with like Max Martin and Shellback, I think we can definitely expect a more upbeat sound. Some people were also quick to point out that the Spotify playlist had 22 songs. The first song was 22, so the twos are twoing hard again. But also August 22nd is a Friday, which is the date usually new music gets released. So could we expect something already so soon, August 22nd, being dropped by Taylor? I have some doubts because I feel like it's coming up real soon, and then some people were saying, well, that would be kind of shitty of her because Sabrina's album is coming out the 29th. But speaking of Sabrina, do you guys think she's gonna make a guest appearance in this album? I've seen a lot of speculation about it, and the more I think about it, the more it kind of makes sense. Like, following all these twos theory, at least for this playlist, what if Taylor were to put out just a single August 22nd, and it would be a single featuring Sabrina? So it wouldn't kind of put shade on her upcoming album, but help her promote it. And if the track release was from Taylor's album, it would build a hype for Taylor's upcoming album, but it would also put a spotlight on Sabrina. Anyway, Taylor is known for putting out her albums early on the Grammy cycle, which means that I think we can expect the album really to drop more in the fall. But why not start up the hype with a single with Sabrina now in August and then build up for a September or October release? I mean, it builds up hype for both of them, so it works out very well. Now, of course, this is all speculation, but the one like tiny hint that I could take that I feel like needs to mean something is if you look back to that carousel that Taylor Naisha posted not that long ago with no sound, just the pictures of Taylor in all the orange, like really giving us the vibe that this was coming. The last photo is with Sabrina. And like, this has to be intentional, right? They had so many photos they could pick from. There was other guest performers during the Eras tour that they could have picked, and they picked Sabrina. So I feel like it's going somewhere. It's hinting at something. Anyway, I'm so excited for the full podcast episode. I can't wait to hear everything they're gonna say and to talk about it with you guys. But that's it for this video. Let me know what you guys think. What are your expectations for this album? Do you think Sabrina's gonna make a guest appearance? But as always, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.